I long so much to make beautiful things, but beautiful things require effort, disappointment, and perseverance. Vincent Van Gogh. My journey starts days after the culmination of the most important stage in the life of any young person in my generation. I proved my worth. I accumulated loan after loan. I had the best and worst of times, but in the end I graduated college. I needed an escape from my own reality, from the daily turmoil of nonsense we call life. Never did I imagine that my attempt to escape would send me to a simple place, a place lost in time, where time seems infinite, where its beauty is veiled by words. I feel I am surely in the seamless dream of which I never want to wake. Day 1, May 27th. I was greeted by my new Mexican mother, who was very friendly because she opened her door for me in the wee hours of the morning. She then informed me that breakfast was at 9 a.m. It seemed as if she knew the way to my heart. June 9th. We arrived at Cajones Saturday afternoon because we were set out to help with the Cerro del Sombrero celebration. The day was beautiful but dusty at the same time, but that didn't bother me at all. My favorite part of the procession was the Mayan tribute by a group of dancers and worshippers. Their connection to the earth, to their surroundings, and to themselves was beautiful. I was in awe throughout the entire ceremony. I don't consider myself a religious person, except after experiencing something like that, I felt connected to something greater than myself. June 14th. I usually don't write in my journal on the weekends because I'm lazy about it. I've never been good about writing in a journal, even as a young girl, where everyone assumes you have a diary where you write your feelings. Except today was an amazing time in the streets of Guanajuato that I feel compelled to write about. I took awesome pictures and also got to see a side of the city that a tourist would never experience. After doing a couple rounds at the Mercado Hidalgo, we decided to sit down and have an Eskimo, the equivalent of a milkshake. It was delicious. The main reason we had decided to stop there was because the shopkeeper had music that reminded me of a simpler time, when romance meant something else, when it meant writing letters, not emails, making phone calls, not sending text messages, when being a romantic wasn't a distant idea, but a reality. That is what Guanajuato makes me feel. Romance locked away, only there for the people that are willing to look for it. June 17th. Today I was up extra early for breakfast. It's not that I'm really excited for it, but it's just that I love the feeling of being the first one at the table. June 28th. My Saturdays have become somewhat of a ritual. Breakfast, nap, read, nap, lunch, and Mercado Hidalgo. It is my favorite day out of the entire week. Perhaps because it reminds me of being in Tucson. July 3rd. Waking up in Mexico City seems as a dream. I never imagined making it to this part of the world. It was always on my checklist of places to visit, but I still couldn't believe it. I was there. The city has a beautiful view with people on every corner, and all I could think of was, what's the city with the most Mexicans? The highlight of this trip for me was visiting Frida Kahlo's home, museum, and holy place. I can't begin to explain what I felt. Even right now, as I search through the words in my brain, I can't place anything together. July 15th. The photography workshop was nothing that I expected. The number of children did not equal the number of supplies I had. I can only think of wanting to come back next year, with identical cameras, memory sticks, and programs in order for everything to go even more smoothly. This, without a doubt, was the best reason to stay an extra week in Guanajuato. Lastly, my time in Mexico consisted of discovering a new way of life, of finding the Mexico within me, full of tradition and culture, an impeccable taste for food, and the never-ending love that people give to one another. This has refined my ability to being present. I found my heart and realized what triggers the pilot light that wants to change the world. At the end of the 6 weeks, it was finally when I felt it was the beginning of my own personal journey. I arrived to Guanajuato in search of something that was waiting for me, something unknown to me.